There's a moment in every franchise's life when the basketball gods decide to give or take. For Dallas, the first bolt of lightning was Luka Dončić, an international prodigy who lifted the city back into relevance. The second bolt, at least on draft night 2025, felt just as electric. With the first pick, the Dallas Mavericks select Cooper Flagg. Within seconds, a fan base that had spent the year rage-scrolling through injury updates on Kyrie, counting Anthony Davis's missed games, and lamenting Luka's messy exit, suddenly tasted that rarest of flavors, optimism. Flagg is 18, barely old enough to remember Dirk, hoisting the trophy, not yet old enough to rent a car without a fee. But he arrives carrying the reputation of a cold-blooded, two-way genius, the kind of talent scouts whisper about in parking lots. Tonight we're diving into how an ice-veined teenager from Maine might not only patch Dallas's wounds, but reshape the NBA's idea of positionless defense. Strap in, because the ride from despair to déjà vu gets wild fast. NYPost.com. When Commissioner Silver read the name, social feeds detonated. Analysts slapped A+ grades on Dallas before the second pick was even announced, while Reddit threads filled with doomed jokes about Luka 2.0, this time don't blow it. Yet the excitement hung over a crater. Kyrie Irving, still rehabbing that late March foot fracture. Anthony Davis, brilliant when healthy, but 32 years old and fresh off another 30-game absence. And a depth chart stitched together with vet minimum flyers after last season's salary cap spree. Cooper Flagg walks into that chaos like a reset button. He's not a savior by himself, nobody is, but his skill set reads like a Swiss Army knife for modern lineups. Rim protection without sacrificing switchability, grab-and-go offense that lets Kyrie float off ball, and an energy level that can jolt a crowd still mourning its Slovenian ex. The question echoing through American Airlines Center wasn't whether Flagg could help, it was how soon. Transition. But you can't understand why Dallas is this hyped until you know what kind of animal just walked through the door. Picture a snow-blanketed gym in Newport, Maine. A lanky middle schooler is shoveling the parking lot before sunrise so he can fire up the lights and get shots up before first period. That kid was Cooper Flagg, already a 6'3" guard with a 6'10" wingspan, already reenacting Larry Bird clips he streamed on a cracked tablet. By 14, he transferred to Montverde Academy, the modern pipeline for five-star obsession. There he learned to rotate like Draymond, talk on defense like KG, and hit step-backs that made teammates curse out loud. A viral Team USA scrimmage in 2023 lit the match. Flagg checked Kevin Durant, poked away two careless dribbles, splashed a trailing three in KD's face, and jogged back without a grin. NBA vets pulled assistants aside, muttering, "That white kid's for real." And because patience isn't part of his DNA, Flagg reclassified, finished high school early, and committed to Duke, a one-year layover on the way to his true destination, the draft stage. He became the youngest Blue Devil ever to notch a triple-double, dropped 42 on Notre Dame, and reset every freshman defensive metric the ACC tracks. The nickname, Cold as Ice White Boy, stuck, not because it was catchy, but because it felt true. Flagg played as if adrenaline never reached his bloodstream. Transition. Highlights are cute, but college glory doesn't always translate. So let's talk about why Dallas believes his game scales to the pros. Flagg reads weak-side rotations like a chess engine. He'll tag rollers, stunt at a shooter, and still close the gap for a chase-down block, all in one possession. His 7'1" wingspan and pogo stick hips let him erase mistakes other rookies simply concede. At 6'9" and a wiry, strong 220, he's agile enough to mirror jitterbug point guards for 2 beats, then pivot, drop, and contest at the nail. That alone makes scheme versatility explode. Defensive rebound, he's pushing the break himself, warping the floor in transition. Early offense lobs to Lively II, kick-out threes to Josh Green or Seth Curry. Duke ran horn sets with Flagg as the trigger. He leveraged a pass fake to suck in weak side help, then dotted the opposite corner like a veteran. Dallas lacked that secondary creator once Luka left, Flagg's vision plugs the hole on day 1. Don't expect 25 a night yet. Think 14 to 17 points on efficient looks, high percentage cuts, transition dunks, pick and pop threes trending toward league average. His shot isn't automatic, but the mechanics are sound. Quick dip, consistent elbow, soft arc. Add it up, and Flagg arrives not as a project, but as a workable piece of a playoff rotation, one with an all-NBA ceiling if the jumper ascends. Of course, talent means nothing in a vacuum. Fit matters, and Dallas, as messy as it looks, might be the perfect sandbox. Post-Luka, GM Nico Harrison was roasted for choosing 2 timelines. Win now with AD and Kyrie, while quietly stockpiling picks. Flagg bridges that split. Slot him next to Davis and Lively, and you've built a suffocating 7-foot wingspan wall. Kid can deploy a 2-3 matchup zone, switch everything man, or the chaotic scramble scheme he loves. Irving's post-injury burst isn't guaranteed. Flagg can initiate sets, letting Kyrie hunt catch and shoots and late clock isolations instead of lugging the offense for 38 minutes. If Davis misses March again, Dallas can still roll out Jumbo Jr., Flagg at the 4, Lively at the 5, Josh Green at the 3, maintaining length without forfeiting mobility. Rookie-scale max slots are gold. Flagg's controlled salary makes it easier to retain mid-tier glue guys who actually defend. Fans feared the franchise would nosedive into irrelevance. Instead, it just landed a prospect who keeps both timelines alive. Transition. But a new toy is only as good as the coach who reads the instruction manual. Kid has already told reporters he won't box Cooper into one position. Translation: expect experiments. Imagine opening night, Kyrie in street clothes, so Flagg starts at point forward flanked by Josh Green, Grant Williams, Davis, and Lively. That's 3 7-foot wingspans, 2 rim protectors, and just enough shooting to punish sagging bigs. When Irving returns in January, Kid can toggle to 1 big lineups. Davis at center, Flagg at the 4. Curry Hardaway Green across the perimeter, spamming Spain pick and rolls. Flagg's quick trigger on short roll reads will make those actions hum, forcing defenses to pick between leaving shooters or watching him dunk. League scouts already predict Dallas will finish top 5 in defensive rating if AD logs 60-plus games. If not, rumor says the front office is willing to flip Davis's expiring into multiple shooters, doubling down on 5-out chaos around Flagg's versatility. Either path keeps Dallas intriguing and annoying to game plan against. Transition. Defense and fit are wonderful buzzwords, but fans still ask, can the kid get buckets when playoff lights blind? Flagg's offensive film is a buffet of comps. The jab series pull-up feels Tatum-esque. The off-ball relocation and quick-release 3 look like early career Clay. And the court mapping instincts? Larry Legend nods from the rafters. During ACC play, he shot 37% on pull-up threes after the All-Star break, up from 31% pre-January, a leap that hints the touch is real. In clutch minutes, his effective field goal percentage led all freshmen nationally, minimum 50 attempts. He's not spamming dribble combos. He's reading your momentum, sliding left, rising smooth. Inside the arc, he weaponizes hang time and wingspan. Help rotates, he extends past fingertips, finishes with either hand, pump faking just long enough to watch a defender float by like confetti. Give him 2 off seasons with NBA strength coaches, and you're staring at a 23-year-old averaging 25 on 60% true shooting. That's the trajectory teams salivate over. A star who scores efficiently without monopolizing the ball. Transition. Potential means nothing without mentality, so let's peel back the curtain on what drives him. Cooper Flagg rarely smiles on court, not because he's aloof, but because he's busy computing. Duke assistants tell stories of him calling out opponents' plays 3 seconds before they happened. Teammates swear he notices scoreboard errors before the scorer's table. But that supercomputer calm masks a volcanic competitiveness. He once sprained an ankle in practice, refused the ice pack, and hobbled back onto the floor to finish a scrimmage, swatting a grad assistant's layup with one good foot. When Team USA vets chirped him in that viral run, he chirped back, then picked Chris Paul's pocket on the next possession. The flip side? Expect Twitter hot takes. Some will crown him next bird because he's white and gifted. Others will root for him to fail for the same lazy reason. Flagg knows the script. He answers race questions with eye-rolling brevity and lets the box score talk. Every generation hunts the perfect prospect. He isn't perfect, nobody with an emerging jumper is. But insiders rave about a growth mindset bordering on obsession. Flagg's trainer jokes that if you tell him to shoot 500 corner threes, he'll ask, why not 600? Transition. So, reality check. What does year one actually look like, and where could it lead Dallas? Set your expectations here. 15 points, 7 boards, 3 assists, a block and a steal in 31 minutes on roughly league average efficiency. Defensive metrics will spike. On nights when AD sits, that block number could flirt with 3. He'll have 2 of 11 clunkers and Twitter will overreact. He'll also log a random February triple-double that makes national headlines. More important is the 5-year horizon. Drafting Flagg didn't just buy Dallas hope. It bought flexibility. You can keep AD and chase a 1-year title window, or you can flip veterans and build a timeline where Cooper's peak at 25 aligns with a new wave of talent. Either way, the franchise no longer feels trapped. For the rest of the league, that's unsettling, because if Luka was the star Dallas lost, Cooper Flagg could be the constellation they gain. And constellations don't just light arenas, they guide banners home. Cue the fade-out graphic, because Chapter 1 of the Flagg era has only just begun, and whether you're in Dallas or dreading the next Southwest road trip, you'll want front row seats.